Okay. Ita Mexicanatoni. Good morning. It is, I think, sometime around 8 o'clock in the AM, something like that, on Moon Day, September 11th, 2023, 911, in just the last part of the lunar cycle Pakipis Tsotzidejp. I seen the moon this morning, just a little crescent left, and I think in the next night or two, maybe a couple of nights here, she'll go into hiding. And we'll be going into our final summer moon. I have nothing big on the agenda today, work-wise. No raccoon roofs to do. No traps that I know are gonna hit. There might get a call to move a skunk or a raccoon yet, but we'll see. Should warm up today. Whether or not we'll get any snake calls, we'll see. I got one yesterday, but I didn't get any other than that through the weekend, really. So I don't know. I don't know what we'll get into on today's video, other than, for sure, we'll get into a personal update. I have had an unexpected, weird few rounds here. Well, by about Thursday, things turned really south. Hey, how far back should I go? Well, let's go to Whoop Up Days, which was a couple of weekends ago. Whoop Up Days a couple of weekends ago. Brittany tells me she's gonna go. I don't really care for Whoop Up Days. I don't really like carnival stuff, and so I don't go to the Calgary Stampede. I don't go to our local Whoop Up Days unless there's like some concert going on there that I want to see, but that's pretty rare. In any case, yeah, Britt said she was gonna go to Whoop Up Days, and she was gonna go with her brother and her sister-in-law, and then stay the night over at their place. So, which is her mom's place, Britt's mom's place, basically, her parents' house. So anyway, I'm fine with that, you know. Go have fun, enjoy the carnival. So then, 24 hours later, I haven't heard anything from her. And then another 24 hours later, I still haven't heard anything from her. And then I decided, well, I'm going to message, group chat with some of her family and check in and find out what's going on with her, because now I'm starting to worry. I haven't heard anything. She hasn't responded to my messages, hasn't even looked at them. It's weird, but I can see she goes on her phone. So I wonder what's up. And I message her family, says, has anybody heard from Britt? Is she still alive? I haven't heard from her in 48 hours. And then her mom tells me, oh, she talked to Kobe on the phone yesterday. Kobe's her brother. And that told me right there, well, Britt's not at her parents' house. She's not with her brother. She's off doing something else, right? And so anyway, at least, I know she's alive. But it's not till another whole day passes, and then in the morning one day she suddenly is there in my house. And I'm like, oh, who the fuck are you? But she's sad, she's crying, she's got her leg bruised up, she's broken her phone, she's spent all her money, she's still drunken and gonna be hungover for 2 days, which she was in bed, and I pitied her and was nice to her and everything, But at the same time, I was upset. She asked me if I was mad, and I told her, I'm not letting myself get mad, you know? But certainly it's not the kind of thing that I'm really cool with, you know, her disappearing like that. Makes me worry, and then I don't know what she's up to, you know, who she's with. And I, you know, I worry about her. Worry about her decisions and her safety and all of that stuff. And so any case, that comes and goes. And then because she didn't really go visit with her parents that weekend, or with her family, she starts to get lonely for her family. And so this week, on going into Wednesday, you know, she's expressing how lonely she is for her family, and I tell her, well, you should go visit them, you know. I expected her to go, you know, when she had a couple of days off from work or something, to actually go to her parents' house and visit and stay a couple nights this time instead of bullshitting, right? But she says, well, maybe Wednesday night we can go over together to my parents' house and hang out for the evening. And I said, yeah, that sounds good. I miss the family. I'd like to visit. But I got an early morning Thursday. I got stuff planned early morning for Thursday, so I want you to promise that if we go, we're going to leave at 9:30, you know, at night, because that gets me home about 10 o'clock. You know, I can spend an hour and a half, 2 hours just kind of relaxing into getting ready to sleep, and then sleep. You know, I can't just jump from being visiting with family to going to sleep, and I would prefer to get to bed by 10 o'clock, but I was going to, you know, let it go later that night so we could have our visit. Anyway, we go, she agrees, 9:30 we'll go. So we head over to her parents' house, and we're visiting. I visit with her dad for a little bit. Britt's visiting with her siblings. Eventually her dad, who has to, you know, do stuff in the morning too, decides to retreat to his room. And so I just kind of hang out in the living room by myself for maybe an hour. And while, you know, Britt's getting her visiting, and 9:20 rolls around, I flag her and let her know, hey, better start getting ready to go. Only got 10 minutes. And then she's like, really? I feel like I haven't even been here yet. Can we stay another 20 minutes, half hour? And I was like, no. You promised that we would go, you know. And she keeps begging me. I'm like, no. And then she says, well, maybe I should just stay here the night. And I was like, that'd be fine, but I wish she'd have told me before. I'd have just come and drop you off. I sat here and, you know, visited for a while, but then, you know, I just waited for you the last hour, giving you your time. And now I'm going to get sent home alone, you know, for the night. That sucks. But whatever. So I ended up leaving her there. She asked me, are you mad? I said, yeah, you know. You make agreements with me. Every time we go visit her parents for an evening like that, I usually make some kind of an agreement. Like, you know, I want to know what to expect. And oftentimes I got stuff the next day, so we need to have a plan to call it an end at some point in the night, right? And I want her to agree with that plan, and she does, but then we get there, and she pulls off away from the plan, just like this. So anyway, I told her, yeah, I'm mad. You should stick to your plan. And to what you said you would do. But whatever. So she stays the night there Wednesday night. Thursday morning we get to talking again. And, you know, by now I've got those couple things in my head. You know, the whoop-up disappearance and this failure to just stick with an easy little agreement. And when she doesn't, when she doesn't want to go and we're visiting, then it makes me look like an asshole to her family and stuff, because I gotta try to argue with her to get her out the door. They must think I don't like them. But it just has to do with, I have things to do the next day, and I got to get my sleep and stuff. So if it was any of them, if it was Britt's parents, they were going to bed because it's time for work to get, go to bed because they got work in the morning, or her brother or her, if she had a shift early the next morning, we'd be out of there at a decent time. But because it's me, she doesn't really care, doesn't really care about my needs and stuff. So on Thursday morning, I've got this stuff going on in my head, and then I talk with Britt, and she's asking me again, am I mad? And it's like, yeah. And I tell her, this is a problem for me. When we have a simple agreement that I need you to stick to, because I have to work and stuff the next day based on that, and then you won't stick to it, right? That's an issue, and it just makes me look bad in front of your family all the time, right? And then she's like, oh, you just always get mad at me if I stay with my family. I'm like, no, I don't. I got no issue with visiting your family. I love your family. But, we got to make things work for both of us, scheduling wise and stuff. And I said, if you want to know what I don't like is what you did at Whoop Up, that disappearing thing. In fact, I can't live with that kind of thing anymore. I'm done with that. I told her, next time you disappear, even for a night without contact, I don't know where you're at, I don't know what's going on, I'm going to pack up your stuff and leave it out in front of the garage for you to finish when you finish your binge, And so that didn't sit well with her. And then she tells me, well, I can't promise that I'm not going to do either of those things, like break a simple agreement or disappear like that. She can't promise that she's not going to do those things anymore. And I said, well, that sucks. Like, where does that leave us? Because I can't live with that stuff anymore. It's not good. And she said, I don't know, should I move out? I said, well, maybe you should, And so she started packing. This was Thursday. And it was all calm, all amicable and everything. It's all good. And then she didn't get finished packing in time for, her brother had come to pick her up, but he was getting tired of waiting for her. So, so she ended up staying the night Thursday, and I was going to take her to work Friday morning and then bring her and the rest of her stuff over to her parents Friday afternoon. But then Thursday evening, I noticed on my Facebook that I was already defriended from her, and she's doing weird stuff to close me out of her social media. And this is after telling me oh, I still want to be friends and support each other and all this stuff, but then she's playing weird social media blockout games and things, and I thought, yeah, fuck this. So we slept in separate bedrooms Thursday night. I told her, you need to get somebody to help you on Friday. I'm not helping you no more. And so she did. She got some of her siblings to come pick her up and the rest of her stuff. But she left furnishings, and she asked me, hey, can I leave these things? She left her computer desk, her gaming chair, TV stand, this kind of big bench, gold bench, and she wanted to come pick those up later when she had a truck or something. And that's fine, that's fine, right? So she went on her way. Sorry, I guess the camera ran out of battery there for a second. Had to throw in a replacement. Glad I had one on me. Any case, where were we? The Friday. Britt had had a sibling pick her up in the morning, packed all her stuff except for her furnishings, went on her way, and that was gonna be that. I was all sad about it, you know. Went to the store, picked up a pint, did a little drinking Friday, sat around the house moping around being depressed about shit, you know. Like, couldn't believe that would be her choice, hey? Like, she would rather move out than be limited to not just ditch. It's not like I was asking her, you can't go out with friends. I was saying I need to know what's going on, where you are, what, you know, what's happening. Don't just disappear. She couldn't commit to that. I can't believe it. Like, really? I give you this whole nice life and take care of you, and you can't do that simple thing for me? Or when you say we're leaving at 9:30, go at 9:30 so that I don't have to argue with you in front of your family and look like an asshole? Nope, can't do any of that for me. So yeah, I was bummed out that she would choose how she chose. And I was drinking, and late Saturday night, around 3 o'clock or something, I sent her a message, and it was just a poke message. I said, you know, maybe you'll find a guy who stays up all night like you playing video games and has a house, haha, you know, like, because there is no such thing. And I got back an immediate response, a fuck you response, which is appropriate. I had no issue with that. And then I got a phone call, and it was her phone, and I was kind of happy she's calling me. I get to talk to her. So I picked up the phone almost excitedly. Yo. And on the other end, I get this guy, what's his name? Shane. I always forget his name. But this is the same guy she was fucking around with at Christmas time when I broke up with her, right? And she said she never really did anything with him, but I never totally believed that, hey? And obviously, this whole time we've been back together since Valentine's Day, she still has this guy on the side, this Shane. But anyway, Shane calls me on her phone and says, hey, this is Shane. You know, when she's not with you, she's fucking me. And I was like, oh yeah, nice. And I hung up the phone. And then I was like, well, fuck her furnishings. She's got this guy, Shane. He can come pick her stuff up. So I went and I started gathering up her stuff and putting it out on the curb. Just so happens that, you know, and this is Friday night, just so happens that Saturday is going to be this big free share day all over Lethbridge where everybody's leaving stuff out on the curbs and people are running around, you know, looking for free stuff. So, but this is still 3:30 in the morning when this is happening. So there's lots of time for him to come pick up her stuff. I put her stuff outside, all those furnishings, plus she had a winter jacket, some shoes, you know, whatever I could find there that I thought was still hers. I set it outside and took a picture of it, sent it to him. It's all right, hero. You know, like, I guess you've won yourself a fat lazy bitch to take care of. Here's all her stuff. It's on the curb, on the side of the road. I'm going to bed now. Hope you get to it in time. I don't know if you've got anywhere to put it. I don't even know if you got a vehicle to bring you here to get it, because I don't. I suspect not. I suspect he's just this loser kid with nothing, and but he plays video games, and he's immature, which she likes, right? So anyway, I put all her stuff on the side of the road. By the time I wake up, it's gone. And so I send him a picture. I was like, well, guess it's all gone. I just woke up and nothing's there anymore. And then, I got a little flack on Facebook from Britt's mom for doing that. But I was like, I think given that phone call, it's entirely, appropriate that I set her stuff out like that, like if yeah, obviously she's been cheating the whole time, and she's got this guy that she's ready to jump into next or whatever. But when she was gone for whoop up, was she with this guy? Who knows? Probably, right? So he can take care of her, and if he can't, I guess she shouldn't have chosen that guy, So he didn't get to her stuff. She lost her stuff, and I lost the girl. And that's how the last few days have went for me. And I spent, Saturday and Sunday too, moping around the house, feeling sad, feeling sorry for myself, and all of this. But it's Monday now, and I'm ready to move on with things, because she really didn't, she was really not willing to do even minimal work to make the relationship good. So what's a guy to do, there are lots of girls out there who would love to come live in my big house with me and be on videos with me and work with animals with me and be part of my crazy life. And I think it's time I find one of those girls and quit chasing her. So that is the big news. The big news for the week. And I had no idea it was coming, like, to me, it was really a blindside that, I had no idea we were going to be splitting up anytime soon. Certainly not last week. And it just kind of fell into place that's how it happened. But there were a couple of incidents that led into it, like I said, so that kind of triggered the collapse. So that's fine. That is what it is. We'll get on with things. I know some of you will be very happy to not have the Brittany in my life anymore. That's okay. We'll get on, and there will be new players coming around. So I'm out here at Spokane. I want to get some willow sticks. I'm thinking about making a calendar that reflects my Blackfoot lunar count, and I would have one lunar cycle to produce this calendar and sell it out. So I've got to get working quick if I'm going to do that. But because the first winter moon is the first new moon in October, so it's about a month away, that new moon. So I need to get busy, and I need some willow sticks so I can represent each of those nights in the lunar count in the way that they're normally represented in the Blackfoot system. So that's what I'm doing out here, aside from updating on what's happening. Just coming up on the beaver lodge now. Gee, the waters are low. Not seeing anything of a food cache being assembled yet. Like I say, that's one of the things that I look for the end of the season. If they start putting together a big food cache, might be a interesting winter in store for us. But so far, no cache. So we might be, well, we're still a ways out yet from the freeze, so they got a ways to go. Anyhow, I'm going to clip my willows and probably head her back to the house. Got to pick up some dog food on the way. The dogs are out of grub. And yeah, see what there is to do at the home. So these are the willows that I cut today. I'm letting them soak in water in a big vase because this is the season when, you know, all of their sap has already gone into the ground, and so there's not really a good layer of fluidity between the cambium and their, you know, the woody part of the plant. Some parts of the season in the spring you can just strip those willows like nothing, but when they're dry like this, it's very hard to peel that bark unless you give it a good soak. So I'm letting it soak probably 24 hours at least. I'm going to work on them as they're soaking. See, already starting to peel back, and then put it back in, let it soak some more, peel back. And I'll get them peeled properly in this manner. But it's going to take, you know, a couple of days of processing. And that's okay. I got lots of little projects going on. Most of them I'm pretty sure all of them you've already seen. I got the wasp nests in the garage that I want to affix to some bookshelves and such. Maybe a shadow box or something. I haven't really decided that yet. I've got my matchstick prison art box stuff going on still. Not a finished piece as yet, although I might go ahead and put some, what do you call it, I might go ahead and put finish on this one and just sell it as a smudge box and nothing more, you know, because it's done as a smudge box now, but I don't know if I want to turn it into anything more than that. I don't think so. I gotta get that pink off of there, and yeah, it can be a done piece already. Try to sell it. So I've got those projects going on. I started culling through my library and pulling books that I know I'm not going to read. So I've got a little box of these books that I plan to sell. Probably going to just take them to the used bookstore downtown and sell them for credit or something like that. I don't know. There might be one or two books in there that I want to just sell by themselves online or something, but every day now I'd like to, you know, go through some of the stuff in this house that I'm never going to use and put it out for sale and stuff. Try to move it and make myself some money at the same time, maybe. Still got tons of apples, but they're going bad. Every Thursday we have a green pickup here because we have a garbage, we have a recycling, and then we have a green bin. Every Thursday the green bins go, and I've been using my Thursdays to clean out the apples that are in the alley that are kind of a public nuisance. But there hasn't been a lot of new fall in the alley this week, so this week I'm going to focus on raking up some of these and getting some of these out of here. I got some pumpkins growing, 3 or 4 of them. This little guy here, little dude here. They're all pretty small and pretty underdeveloped for this point in the summer. I don't know. That one down there will probably get orange, but I don't know about these others, whether they're going to make it in time. Where's these others that I've seen? I know there's one. Yeah, there's one right in here. And there's one right down in here. Pumpkins. I've still got a few things to clean, kitchen items that were part of the gross, mouse contaminated stuff from when I first came back into the house. So I gotta do something. So all of that stuff today. Plus I'm waiting for my friends from Soot and Sewer because my hot water heater has shit the bed. And I tried to start a bath and noticed it wasn't getting hot. So I went downstairs to check what was going on, and the hot water heater was just almost flooding the utility room. It's lucky there's a pretty good drain down there. So I think they're going to need to replace that. It's a gas hot water heater, so my dad has advised me don't even try it, But my buddies, they know what they're doing with that. The Soot and Sewer guys, they'll come in. Josh's business and take care of it. I also got an issue with a toilet upstairs that I should have them look at too, and then all the plumbing will be okay. I'm worried about the furnace, as a next thing to go, because the furnace was pretty filthy. Like the filter was just ridiculous when I pulled the filter. I haven't even got in to clean the furnace. I gotta figure out how to do that before the winter here. It probably needs some cleaning. But yeah, I worry about that, because if that goes, I'm hooped. I don't have enough backup money to replace my furnace. I don't know what I'd do in the middle of winter if it went out. I better get a plan B in place for that kind of event. Now that Britt is gone, I might take this upstairs bedroom that she was using as her gaming room and convert that into a rental room for students. That's what I'm thinking, because I don't need more than my master bedroom and my animal room, But this is a nice little bedroom, and some student is probably gonna enjoy this if I fix it up. So I need to pull out all the carpet tack stuff and put some kind of flooring in here. Probably just a easy vinyl and glue kind of wood strips, Maybe not more of this life system, because it's just too expensive for me to get into right now. Throw something else on here quick so that it'll be done. If I can get it out to start being rented October 1st, that would be helpful for me this winter, to have an extra, $600 coming from that room. Yeah. And we get to meet some new peoples. Yeah, my master bedroom. Britless. Just me and the dogs. Yeah. Oh well. So I don't know if we're gonna get any snake calls or anything this afternoon. If we do, I'll include them on the tail end of this video. If not, I'm going to just cut it off here and consider this a video about Britt and Ryan's breakup. And that is what it is.